T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
Two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Hello, lovely people. Hope you're well and welcome back to another Monday night live show. My name is Callum. We are Team Kopish. Hope you're all well, people. As always, please do smash the like button if you haven't. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure, guys, you enjoy the conversation in the chat. All we ask is that you keep it respectable to me, Drift, Matt, and each other. First and foremost, guys, how are you all doing today? Let me just see a little thumbs up or a little sign say that you guys are having a good Monday, as I hope you guys are. I am not working solo today. Matt and Drift will be joining shortly. Jamal, I know I need a haircut. I'm in a state. Look at this. Look at this. I'm in a bad way at the moment. Look at the sides. The sides are madness. Faces are madness. This is what happens when you're doing two jobs, got two kids and all that. Barely get any time to do these other stuff. So it is where it is. First and foremost, got a shout out to Lakers himself, the main man who just become a member of ours. Guys, if you want to become a member, do hit the link in the description and you'll get exclusive content from us on this channel. Got some good topics to discuss today. Going to be speaking about Nunez and the potential unveiling. Also going to be speaking about Taki Minamino, his potential £17 million move. Where would be a good fit for him? Do we think we should hang on to him or not? And also speaking about Klopp and this potential rebuild or this remodeling or remolding of Liverpool Football Club, and the fact that this is the first time he'll be overseeing, in my opinion, a rebuild of a team and a squad in his tenure at a club. He was at Mainz for a certain time, but he just sort of built Mainz. Same with Dortmund, he didn't have to do a rebuild. Here he's having to do a rebuild. So I'm very interested to see how it's going to pan out. Interested to hear your thoughts on it as well, guys. Without any further ado, though, guys, I say let's get into it. Let's do the first topic, which is the guy we've been speaking about for ages now, Mr. Nunez. Right, so Darwin Nunez, Mr. Nunez. It seems as though everything has gone through. Now, Benfica released an official statement on their social media. Chris Bascom, Paul Joyce, James Pearce, all the big boys, Fabrizio, they've all said this is pretty much done. It's apparently going to be a 6-year deal. We still don't know the ins and outs as to the deal and how it'll be structured. What we do know, or what we've been told, is that it's £85 million in total. That is if all the add-ons are triggered. Now, obviously the price has been a real talking point within the fan base, but also amongst our rivals as well. And obviously that quote of Klopp resurfacing saying the moment we have to spend, or he has to spend £100 million on a football player, you know, that's it for him. He did say that. No two ways about it. Has he changed his mind? Maybe. But at the end of the day, we still haven't spent £100 million on one player. 100 million euros. not pounds. But at the same time, I mean, he said what he said. Is he not allowed to go back on his word? I mean, Pogba said he would never play for Man United, went back on his word. Loads of managers have said stuff, gone back on their word. Maybe this is what we needed from Klopp. Maybe we need to see that he's not scared to spend big money if the big money is available. I'm good with it. I've never had a problem with Liverpool spending money because I know we make a lot of money. Let's be honest, we're one of the biggest and best clubs in the world. We make a lot of money. But at the same time, it comes with another pressure. Because we as fans, let's be honest, we get onto teams like Man City, we get onto teams like Chelsea, Man United, who spend a hell of a lot of money and may not see the results of what they're spending. This is why it adds a new pressure now. Liverpool are now one of the big boys spending big boy money. So we have to treat ourselves how we treat our rivals, in my opinion. We have to hold ourselves accountable now. We have to hold the club accountable. We have to hold players accountable. If they come in on big wages, big transfer fee, we expect the best from these players because they're playing with the best. They're playing for the best, in my opinion. So we've got to treat this in the same way as if Chelsea spent £85 million on a striker. Or in fact, I'm going to say 60 plus million. In the same way of Man City. In the same way of Man United. We've got to treat it the same. The difference is, maybe not with Man City, but the difference with the other two, we've got Jurgen Klopp. We've got world-class players in multiple positions. We've got fantastic structure. So I don't feel very worried. Again, the Nunez thing. Splits opinion. Is he good enough? Is he not? I don't think anyone will doubt whether he's good enough as a footballer. Anyone who's got eyes will show and see that he's a very good footballer. He's got a very good eye for goal, good movement, pace, strong. And he's got work rate and a mentality to match. But is he Liverpool good enough? Only time will tell. You've got people like Drifty who absolutely believe he'll be a success. You've got people like me and Matt who aren't too sure. But all will be revealed. But what we do have to do as a fan base, we have to be united, no pun intended. And we have to come together and support this kid. The utmost support. But what I don't want to see us do is pile in too much pressure. Like, let's stop comparing him to Torres for a start. Fernando Torres was doing a madness at his age. He was at Atletico Madrid. He was playing regularly for Spain, and he was doing a madness. Let's not compare him to Suarez either. Let him just be who he is. Let him develop under Klopp. Let him come in and just be himself. Let's stop comparing him to these greats that we've had at the club. Same with Carvalho. I'm seeing so many people saying, yeah, this is Coutinho reincarnated. No, this is Fabio Carvalho. Let him do his thing. Don't need to be comparing and saying, is this person or that person? Let the boys do their own thing. Let them make a name for themselves. Let it be so in 5 years' time we're saying, boy, Nunez, you know. There's only one Nunez or there's only one Fabio Carvalho. Let's not put them on this pedestal or put added pressure on these boys' shoulders. Let us just chill. Let's enjoy the ride as well, man. When was the last time Liverpool was splashing this sort of money with a world-class manager? When was the last time Liverpool were in this situation? Sit back, enjoy the ride. I am. Again, not my first choice. But bloody hell, I'm excited. What, playing with a natural number 9 now? Are we going to stick with 4-3-3 or are we going to be 4-2-3-1? If we can't answer these questions as fans, the opposition managers don't know how to prepare. This is what I wanted. This is what I love. Options, versatility, all of the above. And we are getting this. So let's just sit back, sit tight. Let's see how the window goes as well. Let's not get onto Klopp and FSG. It's the 13th of June. The window doesn't shut until like August the 1st or something like that. Like a month and a half, guys. Still, in my opinion, there's business to be done. But until that happens, let's not get on the owners. Let's not get on the manager. Let's not get on Julian Ward. They've already secured Fabio Carvalho. I'm not going to include Luis Diaz. That was a January signing. They've already secured Darwin Nunez, it looks like. Again, not going to get ahead of myself. I saw the Fakir situation. It looks as though Calvin Ramsey should be going through, even though Aberdeen are playing hardball, which is fine, this is what they're meant to do. We know we want a centre midfielder, or two in some cases. But let's just wait, guys. Let's just wait. Got a super chat here from Ishan. Says, did you see my tweet on Torres? I'm just hyped and hence the comparison, Sir Jude, and we win the league. So Ishan, again, I don't control social media or anything. And if you want to do compilation videos, go for it. Like, we'll probably end up doing stuff like that in the future. What I don't want us to do is have in our mind that he is the next Fernando Torres. Because one, Fernando Torres came at a time in Liverpool's sort of history when we were completely different. Football has changed a lot in the last 10 years. Torres hasn't been at the club for 10 years. We've evolved as a team. So for me, we can't make the comparison. They're two very different players. In my opinion, Torres was more of an all-rounder at his age. But there's an argument to say he might be a better natural finisher than Torres was at that point. So that's just my perspective. And I know I might get hit for that. I know I might get hit because Torres was a beast. But Torres did miss his fair few here and there at that age. And then obviously when we got him, we went to another level. But let's not compare the two. We don't need to. Regarding Jude Bellingham, I don't think we'll get him. But if we do, it puts us in a fantastic position. It really would. So hopefully it happens, but I don't know if it will or not. Messi FC says, ain't going to stop this in FSG until Adrian signs. I mean, I don't see Adrian going anywhere for now. I just say let them be, innit? Personally. But it's up to you. I don't think we can bash FSG or anyone else right now, like a couple of weeks into the window opening. We just got to wait and see what happens. Jamrock says, Cow out here sounding real reasonable out here. Big up yourself, Jamrock. Drift, what you saying, bro?
So Darwin stand by me. Oh. Right, big up to the guy who said we should start that song on Insta. If you're in the chat, let me know, bro. I can't remember your name. That's our big chant. We need to start getting on the cop. I'm good, man. I'm good. Of course I'm good. Who wouldn't be good?
You're getting your man.
At a cost. But yeah, you know. Here's the mad thing, bro, yeah. Couple people today was telling me that the Bellingham news has been heating up a lot recently. And you know what I was thinking to myself? What if Ward is going to do what we did with Naby, where he makes sure it's done now, but we just let Dortmund have him for another year? What if that's what we're going to do? Because I remember when that Naby rumbling was going around, and then we went in, we secured him, but we let him stay for a year. What if we do that with Jude? What if that's what Julian Ward is trying to sort out right now?
It'd be excellent. I've gone on record and said, as much as I rate Bellingham, as much as I think he's a fantastic talent, I think him coming into our team right now would add a lot of pressure onto him. And I don't know, because of how we are as a fan base and what we expect from our midfielders, I don't know if it would work in terms of the move. The talent of the kid is undeniable. But in terms of us saying we want legs, we want someone who tracks back, who covers Trent, who does that, plus adds goals and assists, I don't know if Jude can do that. He's got legs. Right,
he's got the legs, bro. I don't know if he can do the defensive part of the game, but he's got the legs. You know what, though? The kid is just a born winner. I think he can handle the mental pressure of it. I can't front. I think he can deal with it. But again, it would be a lot of pressure. But
Dortmund's very different to Liverpool, though. Dortmund aren't expected to win anything. Liverpool are.
Plus, yeah, that's true.
That's very true.
He's got manning round him, though. The winners will put their arm round him. And you know what? He wouldn't have to play every week either. We could bed him in slowly.
No, true. I hear that.
Did you hear the Nkunku talk as well, Matt? I've been hearing some Nkunku rumours as well. Is Julian Ward trying to move like Suge Knight? What's actually going on at the moment?
Do you know, I heard the Nkunku thing was if we didn't get Darwin. That's what I did hear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was the
Mo
backup.
says we will be the scariest team in the Premier League and Champions League. we always are one of the scariest. I do think you've got to put Man City in that conversation as well, and I do think you've got to put Real Madrid in that. They are the winners of the competition, and they've just gone and added Tchouaméni on top of having Camavinga. I think Real Madrid will still go out and get maybe one or two more players as well. Jamrock says, I have a sneaky suspicion we will sign Bellingham. Oh, Jamrock's moving finances still. That might actually be happening then. You're saying, Jamrock, you're wiring the money, yeah?
That would be the best summer we've had, right?
It'd be up there.
Ramsey, Carvalho, Bellingham, and Nunez. That would actually be the best summer we've ever had.
In terms
Ramsey's still up in the air. Sorry to cut you, Matt. Ramsey's still up in the air at the moment because they went from saying 5 million to 8.5 to now 10.
They're playing silly buggers.
We know what Liverpool are like. Like, if you keep on taking the mick with them, they'll walk away and say, all right, cool.
We did this with Lewis. We're like, all right, and we just walked away. Like, we're just like.
Sorry, Matt, what were you going to say, bro?
I completely forgot I was going to say now, actually.
Sorry, man.
What was you talking about?
It was in Cuckoo. It was something to do with Nkuku, I think.
No. Because I said
Bellingham.
Was it Bellingham?
Best summer we've had.
Oh, that's it. Regarding the best summer. If we was to get Calvin Ramsey, and we get Bellingham, the only summer that can compete with that is the 2018 one with Alisson, Shaqiri, Naby, and it was the other one, and Flacco.
I'm getting a little echo, guys. Can you hear it as well?
I can hear an echo as well.
Yeah, also it feels like it's a little bit glitchy as well.
I don't know why that is.
I'm not glitching. I can just hear a bit of echo.
All right. I might come out and come back in then.
1 2 1 2. It's not
1
from
2
me.
1 2 1 2.
Testing. Can you hear me? Is it me?
Hold on.
I didn't hear anything.
Let me and Carl mute. Carl.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. No, I can't
1
hear
2
it.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Oh, no, let me.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
One, two, 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I don't know. Someone just said it was me. Someone
the
said it was
gremlins
Matt.
in the system. I don't know what's going on.
Matt went robotic there.
No, you didn't.
Oh, did you? Not on my one, you didn't.
I don't know, bro. Someone said it's listen, as long as it's nothing crazy, we can move in it. It's nothing crazy.
All right. Let me just read out some of these supers. Demo says City fans quoting Darwin's transfer fee in Uzbekistani song. I don't even know what number that is. They try and make a point. Proper rattled. I'm not sold, but I'll back him. Hashtag Taki. We're going to speak about Taki. That's the second topic today.
Guys, is it not hilarious that all of a sudden transfers are done in euros so everybody can make it 100? I've never heard anyone in England in the history of the Premier League ever count any transfer in euros. And all of a sudden, because euros makes it sound more, we've paid 100 for Nunez. It's hilarious.
No,
it's actually hilarious.
It's not even. It's just the add-ons part. It's crazy. Like the transfer is £64 million. That is what we are giving Benfica. Yeah. If he does
across 6 years, Matt. By the way.
Yeah, I know. If he does well,
Ward
then that will go up. But as things stand, I don't know why people are trying to make these charts and say 80. Like man's already done the assignment. Like he hasn't even signed yet, but man already added on the add-ons. That don't make sense to me.
10.5 mil a season. Wow. Julian Ward is a gangster.
It is what it is.
He's an actual gangster, bro. He's just come in and thrown his weight around immediately, bro.
But I will say this: I was going to say that there's. I think there's, even though this will be a good window, because I think Nunez is done. I do think we can start saying he's the sickest if he brings in a midfielder. Because let's say it's just Carvalho. Then again, Carvalho could be seen as that person, but I think we need more. Say Carvalho, let's say he gets Ramsey and Nunez. That's a good window, but it's not the window where you go, oh my days, like we're out of control. We've done very well.
Carvalho, Diaz, if Ramsey's done, and Nunez, all within the space of 6 months, he's coming and he's coming strong, bro. Like he's actually coming and he's like, hey yo, I'm here. Like that is real. But think about it, bro. That is heavy hitting within the first 6 months of your job, bro. To pull that out, bro. That's
No,
mad. Still, I'm not even
it
gonna
is.
lie.
It is. It is. I'll just say, let's see what happens because I think the midfielder takes us over the edge in it. That's what it does for me. I think if we was to get a Bellingham or something like that, that's why I can sit there and go. But I'm still happy. Don't get twisted. And I
You're
think
right. We
even
need a midfielder. We need one.
yeah. And even the Nunez thing, I think Liverpool. The more I thought about it, because I was very 50-50 on Nunez. I'm starting to lean a little bit more, maybe 70-30, because I've done a bit of due diligence and I've done a lot of research on man. And he's still far from the finished article, but I think what we are getting, though, is a proven goal scorer. And if his trajectory goes the way how a lot of people think, then he'll be an instant hit. It's just that he's a little bit raw, which we will see. But this is where Liverpool now have to iron out those kinks in it. You have to iron them out. And if we can iron them out, then we've got a hell of a player on our hands. I can't even lie. Like I look back and think, yeah, do you know what? Maybe I was a bit hasty because there's certain things that I've seen. Even the way how he picks up the ball, there's just little things that I've done a lot of research on, which I'm actually gonna talk about that on another day. But yeah.
Okay, I'm good to see, bro. I'm good to see you
yeah,
jumping on the boat. No Jack Sparrows round here, yeah? Oh, I
No,
like
do
it.
you know what?
I like
I'm on the boat. I'm on the boat. I can't lie. I'm on the boat. I'm on the boat. If I'm not on the boat, then I've got my armbands ready, innit? Like I'm practically there, innit? You know what I mean?
I told you, bro. The guy's cold, man. He's cold.
But I just think we have to utilize him the best, though. Like I think that we have to evolve as a team, which I will go into on another day. Like it can't just be we play the exact same way.
But you know what, Matt?
That's
with Mane going, even if we didn't buy a striker, we'd have to evolve because that's a major hole in the team now with Mane going. I think people haven't quite deeped how hard that's going to be to get over. Like I think people are kind of like obviously caught up in the Nunez stuff and have forgotten. Yo, losing Mane is a big hole in the team. It's a massive hole in the team. And we've got to really transition into a way of playing that we don't miss him. Even though you naturally miss a player like Mane, you know what I mean, though, because we've been used to him for 5 years or 6 years. It's going to be quite difficult to like get used to a game that he's not a part of. Do you get what I mean? So, yeah.
Definitely.
Ishan says, big up, guys. I'm listening. I've been listening to you every day for the last 6 months. Love your content. Hated Matt before, but ratatata. Love him now. Can't hate that for long.
Well, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, big up, bro. You know, I keep getting the echo coming back every now and again. It's kind of jarring,
I know.
There's something glitchy going on.
I think
you know what? I'm going to jump out and come back in and then see if it makes a difference. Give me a sec, yo.
Yeah, cool.
Sultan says, big up Kop-Ish about Darwin Nunez. We need to give him time because, you know, our fans, after one bad performance, they will say he's terrible. Take your time with it. That's what I've been saying.
That's very true. But
let him do his thing.
However,
but this is the pressure with a big price tag.
Yeah, when you cost that amount of money, as much as we will give you time, we can't give you basically as long as there's signs that you can improve. I think we'll be cool with it. Like if he hits say 15 to 17 goals, but he didn't hit like 20 to 25. No one's going to sit there and say it's a bad signing. All we're going to say is, I think he's going to get even better. He's going to improve. Whereas if he was to score 7 goals in all competitions, I think that's when we would go, oh no.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So yeah. I don't
17 goals in all comps and you would be like annoyed.
No, 7.
Oh, yeah.
7.
Yeah. Romelu,
you know what I mean?
No, that can't run.
That's exactly the thing. And even though we cost less, those type of numbers we will be unhappy with because Mane, for all the criticism that he has gotten over the last 18 months, and some of it, I say some of it rightly so, his output was
20. I'm sure it's 20 plus in all comps every year for the last 4 years, right? Even in the bad seasons, I still think he got 20 in all comps.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'll be honest with you. And I know I've said this. Nunez, for me, if he stays fit for the whole season, he's got to bag at least 20 in the Prem. He has to.
Right. I'm not going to lie. Considering top goal scorer this year only got 22, Cal, that's quite a big ask to in your first season.
I would say he's got to get at least 17, 18. You know why? Because remember, Jota, how much did Jota get? Jota got was it 15 in the
I think
Prem, but
Jota
he got
got
20 over.
15. I think he got 15.
I think if he hits Jota's number, in fact, do you know what? I'll say this year. Maybe it's me
20.
putting pressure on him. He's got to hit more than Jota because he's supposed to be the guy. Even
And
though
not
it's
just that, Jota
adaptation,
played
though.
on the left sometimes as well. Darwin's going to be he's going to be playing as an out and out.
It might be me that's lagging, you know. I can hear myself. Can you hear that, like, guys?
Yeah, I can.
I'm gonna drop out and then drop back in again. One sec.
Cool.
For me,
but do you think that there's a part of like the age where Klopp will give him? He won't just be thrown in every week. Like it would be like, you know, you are only 22, so I'm gonna like adapt you a bit. Do you get what I mean? Because remember, Jota was 24 when we bought him, so he's a little bit more mature. Maybe at 22, he might give Nunez a little bit more breathing room. Because Klopp won't care about the price. Klopp is not going to care how much we cost. He's not going to just throw him in because we paid money for him. Do you know what I mean?
We signed Jota when he was 23, though. And also Jota came in to be rotational. I'm not being honest. I don't think Nunez is coming in to be a rotational player.
No, he's coming to start. He's coming in to be our Lewandowski, our Kane, our Haaland. He's coming in to be.
But in the first 6 months, I think he will do what he does, where he edges people in. Though I don't think he's just going to go right. You're playing every week, bang, throw him in the deep end. Klopp doesn't really do that.
You know what? He's gonna. Yeah, I think it's slightly different because we're getting him in early in the summer.
Let me come out and come back in.
Yeah. Hopefully, it is you and it can be fixed. Because if not, apologies, people. 1-2. It might have been Cal, you know, potentially. I'm not too sure, but let's see what happens. Hopefully it was and it's resolved. What I can say is this: if Nunez is going to start every game, which I think he will, he's expected to be our like Harry Kane, our Lewandowski, our Benzema. He's supposed to be that lead marksman because you don't spend that type of money, regardless whether it's 64, 63 per month. You don't spend that amount of money for someone to be rotational. You bring them in.
Not for the future, bro. I just mean the first 6 months when he's getting used to being at the club. Do you get what I'm saying?
No. Do you know what I think? I genuinely feel like because he's going to get the preseason that Klopp would want him to get, I think Klopp will start him and see what happens. You know, I genuinely.
I'm not opposed.
Remember, look at Diaz. Diaz, don't get me wrong. I know Diaz had that little. When I say little adaptation, we're talking maybe 3 games, and then after that, it was like, bro, you can fly. Now go.
I think it was actually probably a bit longer than I know. He was coming off the bench for a little while.
No, I'd say Diaz 3 to 4 games max, bro. And then for me, he became a mainstay. Like a real mainstay. So you might be right. It might have had still the odd one here or there.
I think it was a bit, but I know what you mean. By the end of the year, he was like, he will play. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Nunez, Mo, and Diaz. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm always gonna miss Mane, so I'm trying to push that to the back of my mind. You know, time to healer and all that. But I'm not gonna lie. Nunez, Diaz, and Salah. That cooks real well. You know. I'm not even going to lie. The Premier League ain't ready for this shit. And do you know what I love? Now I love the fact that all 3 are different. You see, when we had Mane, Bobby, and Mo, there were very similar attributes to all 3 of them. Even though Bobby was maybe a bit different. There were similar attributes to them of like, they were a little bit like samey, if you get what I mean. Like a 10, 20% difference maybe. Now, there's like night and day difference between the 3 players. So they all are going to offer something totally different that we can utilize depending on what team we're playing, what we need to do, and how we need to break that team down. If you want to be direct, give it to Mo. If you want to twist someone up, give it to Diaz. If you just want to go hit it long, hit it to Nunez. Like, do you know what I mean? Like we've got different angles now that we can go at with our front line, and then we got Jota to come off the bench. You can be sneaky with it, that little sneaky movement when he just does his thing. And I'm buzzing for the front line. I can't lie. I'm buzzing for the front line.
I think. Sorry, I'll let you read super chats before we get into it.
Yeah. Mo says, no, I meant the scariest team next season in the Premier League. Come on, City. Oh, you're a City fan, Mo. My bad. I think it's Liverpool or City as things stand now.
No, come on. We got to keep it a buck. With them getting Haaland, it is them who are the scarier team. It is. We got to keep it a buck.
No, but I still think we're in a conversation. I mean,
we're in a conversation.
We are, but they are the scarier team. They've just got the hottest striker in the world to add to what was already a great team. They're more scary than we are next season. Before a ball's kicked. Afterwards, we'll see in it.
dark horse is Tottenham. I think Tottenham are dark horses next
I think
season.
Man United could
You
be
know
a
what?
dark horse. You know,
Tottenham will be
Not
that
with
team
the
that
players
would.
they've got.
No, do you know what it is? Tottenham will be better than last season, but and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't see Tottenham putting up a title challenge, but they'll be that team that no one wants to place, and I reckon they'll be like third, or if not, worst case, fourth, and they'll be challenging third like hard. Like they will go ham because then Conte will have more time with them, and if he gets signings that work for him, they'll do well. They'll do well.
Agreed.
no, they'll do well, but don't sleep on Man U if they do get it right. Because Ten Hag is way better than any manager they've had for the last 3-4 years.
But they need a lot of change, though.
They do, but they've got players I think that needed a kick up the backside. I think Man U have got a bigger chance of getting top 4 of Chelsea, if I'm being completely honest with you.
In my opinion.
Chelsea
have lost Alonso, Rudiger, Azpilicueta's going, and Alonso, Christensen, Rudiger, and Azpilicueta. That's your whole defense right there.
All right, Alonso, no one will. Yeah, that's true. I don't think
Thiago Silva's a year older. He's like 38
they won't
now.
miss
I'm
Alonso.
not gonna lie, like,
they'll
they got a
replace
lot of
him
work.
with whoever. In my opinion, they'll replace Alonso with whoever. I think when it comes to Rudiger, I think that Koundé would be the replacement.
But remember, you lot said you don't actually rate Koundé.
I don't really rate him, but I'm just saying in a back three might work for them. My whole point is they'll get players to kind of replace the players. It's just hard to know how well they're going to adapt and how well they're going to be. But Chelsea they're the most weirdest team in the league. They're the most automatic team in a sense of they could swap manager halfway through the season and then go and win a trophy. And they are a bit weird like that.
I hear that, but
they're the only team in the Prem that can do that, in my opinion, anyway.
It could go both ways for Chelsea because they can be brilliant or they can be even worse than they were now. They've got to replace their whole defense. Do you get what I mean? So it can go because remember, their attack's still a bit like weird. Their midfield, extra year in Kante's legs. Apparently, he's coming to an end now. Do you know what I mean? Jorginho, another year in his legs. So what I'm saying is Chelsea could go either way. So Man United and Chelsea, I'm interested who will actually be the better of them teams, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. Jamrock says Aberdeen saw how much we paid for Nunez and paused. Look, this is another thing that comes with such a big price tag for Nunez. Other clubs are going to look at us and be like, look, you spent this amount, we need a little extra for our player. Comes with the territory though. Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says, guys, Darwin's 52 billion in shillings. Playing enthusiast X says Ward at this point is Gus from Breaking Bad. I can't lie. I big up Gustavo. Big up Gustavo. Matt's hairline says Julian Ward is the Godfather. Cal, he might be able to sort your beard out. # turkey treatment. Just because I'm on don't mean you won't get smoked. You can't smoke me, bro. But that was a good one. Mo says Nunez is a light skin, Aubameyang just good finishing. Nothing alike at all in terms of playing style. That's in my opinion, that's a bit of a lazy comparison.
I mean, Aubameyang's light skin himself as well.
MC, thank you for becoming a member.
Big up.
Content you'll be getting
big up, man.
over the next few months. Lickle Man says, curious, why do everyone want us to evolve after the season we've had? We only needed a true striker. Mane wasn't smart enough against low blocks. I think we needed a midfielder as well, Lickle Man. And
you know what? I do disagree with that as well because Mane got a lot of our winners in them games against low block teams. So I don't necessarily believe that's true, but I think Nunez will be more effective against the low block than Mane was.
I think people are doing that lazy thing of because we didn't score in any of the finals that we played in, they're looking at who played for the center. And it's like, for me, you can't. It's got to be a combination, though. Like
the whole front three didn't perform.
But people, what they are doing is go, but Liverpool didn't score in any of the three finals that they played in, kind of thing. And it's like, and then they'll just go, oh, who was their striker? So for me, it's a bit of a lazy thing to do.
Mane banged out in both semis, so it's very unfair to look at him as the reason we never scored in the finals.
Mane only scored that amazing goal against Courtois. He was the only one that that created something for himself.
That was a brilliant bit of play. That deserved a goal so badly.
It did.
Liam says, are we still due funds from Wilson and Gruit shells? if we look at the sales that we will make up current buys, then hopefully we will still have the original fund for another marquee signing. It's a good point, actually, that the Wilson and Grujic, if I'm not mistaken, they were deferred until this summer. So you might be spot on with that, Liam. And if that's the case, that again goes into the kitty. Will Flex says we will go 4-4-2 more often. Think FSG felt our hurt last year. Nunez won't go straight away. Klopp don't do that. By December he would start. I don't see 4-4-2 regularly.
No,
I see it happening sometimes, not regularly though.
In the low block games, 4-2-4 more, bro. I would be the way we beat Everton.
Not to start.
Yeah, like like last half an hour, and they're really doing that low block thing. I think now with Nunez, he might be more inclined to do what he did against Everton, that one when he brought Origi on, because maybe he'll trust Nunez more than he trusted Origi, and more do the 4-2-4, keep the wide players wide, and put Jota and Nunez in the box to create havoc. I think he might start doing that a little bit more, to be honest.
Yeah, and also I personally don't think as well he's going to wait until December to bed him in. Like Luis Diaz, let's just say he took 2-3 weeks. You're spending £64 million on a striker, and you're going to wait until December to really let him go, kind of thing. Nah, you gotta, in my opinion, you got to work faster than that. We ain't got time for that. Not in a disrespectful way, but we just haven't got time for that. Like we can't wait till December to go. Okay, we got to unleash the dogs. Them. Like, man, have to play now. Got to play now, bro.
Just Lab says, Drift manifested Nunez. Manifest me a first class my degree, please. You've got this, Just Labs. You've got this.
Nah, you've got that, bro. Big up. You've got this, bro. You've got it.
Pimping the Stress says, late to chat, evening G's. 1 year of Haaland's wages equals 5 for Darwin. Haaland 300 million total contract. Love the hate. We keep rattling the little teams.
Yeah.
Trust me. It's true.
Sultan says, if we sign Jude, OMG, it's time.
King yes.
King 95 says, long time. Big up you, man. Big up yourself, King 95. It has been a long time.
Big up.
Troy M says, this might be on the agenda for the show, but do we think about our midfield? But what do we think about midfield strengthening this summer? It's not on the agenda today because it's something we're going to be speaking about on Wednesday, a dedicated show for the midfielders. We need a whole show. I don't think we can chop the midfield up in a show like this. It needs dedication. Really rolling. All right, guys. So we spoke about Nunez. Now we're going to speak about a player who might be on the way out. Demo, look away now. Sorry, bro. We are going to be speaking about your guy, hashtag Taki, hashtag the Samurai Scouse. Demo, sorry, bro. We're going to chop up Takumi Minamino. Don't message me either, Demo. It's not my fault.
You're on mute, bro.
Yeah, Cal. Yeah.
I am. My back. Taki Minamino. So he's been linked to a £17 million move, but he's been linked to quite a few clubs. He's been linked to Wolves, Leeds, Monaco. What we do know is 17 million seems to be the price.
Worth every penny.
Well, that's the first question I was going to ask. Do we think that's a fair price? Do we think we could go maybe higher? Is it too high? What do you guys think?
We bought him for 8.5.
7.5.
7, bro.
7.5.
Yeah. I think he's worth 20.
All right. You sure it's not 8.5?
No, man, it was 7.5. It's definitely 7.5.
Why do I think it's 8.5? All right, cool. Let's say, all right, 7.5, yeah? And we put him on the market for 17. We're smart. We'll get more than that. There's a bidding war, clearly, because I've heard a few clubs getting him from Leeds, Monaco, Southampton, and another team. I think we could probably
20. Come on, man. In this current market, are you telling me Taki's not worth 20 in this current market? Still. Come on. He's worth 20, man.
Scored 10 goals in all competitions.
No, 11, bro.
Was it 11? Sorry.
I think he got 14 goal contributions.
I mean, it's one
15 goal contributions last season. And that was coming off the bench.
Limited game time. he got double figures. So regardless of whether it's
Mm.
10, 11, or 12, limited game time, double figures, he will sell because he's that type of player where I think his skill set you could probably play in another league as well. Whether that's La Liga, French league, he can play in multiple leagues because he's pretty decent technically as well. So I think
Bundesliga
wherever
as
it
well.
goes, say that again, bro.
Bundesliga, I think, would suit him really well.
Yeah, I think wherever he goes, he scores goals. I think he will score
anywhere
goals.
he goes. England is the place he'll score the least amount of goals. So if he was able to get double figures for Liverpool as a squad player, he's definitely going to score goals wherever he goes. That's a fact. That's a fact. If he goes France, Germany, or Spain, he'll score goals. 100% he will score goals. Like, I have no doubt in my mind Minamino will be a 15, 20 goal a season in all competitions player, playing week in, week out for a Monaco or one of those, you know what I mean, or a team like that. I have no doubt about it. The guy's talented, man. He is. A lot of people, and ah, whether they think he's good enough for Liverpool, I think he's a brilliant squad player, and I actually don't think we should sell him. I genuinely don't think we should get rid of Minamino. I really don't. If we have to get rid of him, he's a 15 to 20 goals in all competitions striker in a Bundesliga or Italy or France or one of them leagues. So 20 mil, man, especially in this market. Especially in this market. Come on, man, let's be real. And no shade on Jesus, because I think Jesus is a baller, and I know Matt loves Jesus as well. But if Jesus is 50 million, then Taki's 20. Do you know what I mean? Like, we got to be real. Jesus has never got double figures, I don't think. Only one time I think he got double figures. And that's in the Man City team that just create chance after chance after chance after chance. Taki is definitely worth half the price of Jesus. Definitely.
Do you know, it's hard to kind of like weigh up how much he's worth just based on Jesus' fee, but I understand it though, because the thing is, for a squad player, Taki, as you said, Taki will get goals. Like, he would genuinely get goals for you. And for someone to be that mentally strong to like know they're not going to play it all the time and then come off the bench and get a winning goal or an important goal, score his mindset for me, I think, is what sets him apart, because he's talented, but I think mentally as well. Mentally stronger than what I thought he was as well, because the season he had previously didn't go that well for him. But the season he had this season shows like what he's really about. And you just got to imagine, like, if he was playing week in, week out, or at least 75% of the games with real confidence behind him, I think he gets more. So yeah, you're probably looking at around a Taki Minamino that could potentially get like 15 goals potentially in all competitions if he like is playing at like 75% of the game. So yeah, man.
Bro, he got 11 coming off the bench and being a cup player for us. 15 is easy, bro.
No,
easy.
but I don't. No, but I don't want to do. No, but what it is though, you can't just fit because you start more, you score more. Because here's the thing: when you're an impact player and you can come off the bench and people are a bit tired and your mind is fresh, you might see that opening. Whereas if you play the full game, it's very hard to kind of like compare the two, in my opinion, to say, oh, because he's gonna definitively reach that mark. That's why I said like maybe 15. Because if he got 11, we're adding 4 more goals. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get your logic. I still think he would do better than 15. But yeah, I get your logic.
Yeah, no, fair. No, he might do. I'm just saying I personally wouldn't say that. Bro.
So, Drift, you made a comment there where you said you don't think we should sell him. Again, I've got to come back to it. If we don't sell him, we won't be able to get another attacker.
I don't think we will. And that's the reason, bro, why I don't think we should sell him.
Well, if let's say, for example, we don't, as things stand right now, we've still got 5 attackers, and then you could add Carvalho to that as well. So you'd have 6.
But I like the fact Taki can play right.
I mean, Jota and Diaz can play right as well, if needed.
I think Taki plays right better than them two, though, if I'm being honest.
I disagree with that.
I think this season he proved that he's our best right-sided player in terms of...
He didn't really play on the right, though.
Yeah, in the cup games he did.
No, him and Origi kind of played almost 2 up top a lot of the time.
No, he played right. I would rather Taki right than Jota, personally. Maybe not Diaz, but I would rather him right over Jota.
Over Jota?
Yeah, I'd rather Taki right than Jota. I think Jota is left or central. I don't really like Jota on the right.
The thing is, yeah, I mean, Jota's not... I don't know, like Jota's not the best games on the right hand side. However, I don't know if it's just because he just really never plays there. So I don't know, maybe his way of thinking is so different. But I don't know. Like, I won't say Taki Minamino is amazing on the right though. I think he's.
I think he grew into the role. I do. I think as the season went on, he got better at it.
I think he's similar to Jota. I think Taki plays better off the left or like centrally, like but just off the strike, not as the main striker, but like as the support striker or like the 10, so to speak. I don't know.
Do you know what? You just used the word I was gonna come to next, Matt. The 10. We all keep on talking about 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1. One of the names we haven't mentioned for that number 10 position is Taki Minamino. Let's say no one comes in with a bid or no one comes in with a bid that's acceptable. Could he be the guy who plays at number 10?
I think support striker is what he would probably call his best position. We just don't play a system. And number 10 is as close to as a support striker as you get, though, right? Effectively,
that would then become a position.
No. Can I be honest? I personally wouldn't play.
I'm not saying it.
He wouldn't be my. He can. All right. So he can play there, like I just said, but he wouldn't be my first choice. My first choice would be either Firmino or, believe it or not, Carvalho, because Carvalho's used to playing the 10 at Fulham. He used to be in that second striker linking up. The only thing I say about Taki is, but then again, I don't know. It's that whole.
The 10.
No, I think Bobby in the 10 does
I'm worried
well.
about Bobby full stop.
I think he does well. I think people here's the thing. So the Firmino thing for me is staying fit. It's just staying fit.
Are we sleeping on someone else for the 10?
Carvalho, man. Carvalho or Firmino?
Sleeping on someone else? No.
Who?
Harvey, guys.
No,
you know what? I'm very intrigued as to what Klopp's going to do with Harvey. I would actually let Harvey go out on loan again. I think he needs to play every week.
I think Elliot in the 10 would be a madness. I'm not going to lie.
All right. Hear me out. Here's why I'm gonna differ from you. I might not be right, but here's why I'm different from you. To play the 10, you've got to have vision to the point where you see things that other people can't see. He hasn't evolved his game like that. No. He hasn't. No, let me land. He hasn't evolved. He hasn't gotten to that stage in his career where he does that, even playing with his back to goal. That's more Firmino. Firmino's got eyes in the back of his head. Firmino's link-up play is the best that we have at Liverpool. When everyone's fit, he's the best. I don't care what no one says. For me, he's the best. He can see things that other people can't see, and his imagination to go along with that. Elliot, for me, needs to get the ball from deep and run at you. He's not at that level, in my opinion, where, bro, you're in the half space, yeah, in a low block. You receive the ball, people are going to be clipping at your heels, yeah. Firmino is so good at being able to turn out of space. He's the best at it. Harvey Elliott, for me, he's not there yet. Like, your 10 has to be, let me say this actually, your 10 has to be the complete footballer. Firmino's a complete footballer compared to Harvey Elliott. I'm not saying that Harvey Elliott comes in the future, but just not now, in my opinion. Like, back to goal, bro. Atletico Madrid, back to goal. You're going to trust him?
Here's where I disagree, Matt. What you said about Bobby is correct, but I don't know if that Bobby's that Bobby today. And the reason why I speak about Elliott is because Elliott, for me, has that vision. And if we're saying Elliott hasn't grown into that, could we say that Carvalho has? Because if I'm not mistaken, they're around the same age. And I think Carvalho is the one that you're describing there, where he's got to pick up the ball from deep, run with it, and then pick a pass. I think you can fizz it into Elliott, and Elliott picks something out, you know?
Do you know what? This is what I would say. Carvalho's got the experience, though. So, yes, it's not the same. He's got the experience of playing in that 10. So even though I think Harvey will be good at popping it off, because this is one thing Harvey Elliott does love, yeah? Let's say it's football manager days and you got favorite traits, yeah? It'll be like 1-2. When he gets the ball, I know Harvey Elliott will just knock it off fast and make a run afterwards, yeah?
Yeah.
Carvalho's already been doing that, and he's been doing that for Fulham, almost as a second striker-esque, yeah? Even late runs into the box. When the striker drops deep, he occupies the space. Harvey Elliott, in my opinion, I don't think has shown traits like that yet. I've seen that from Carvalho when Mitrovic is playing, and Mitrovic might drop that a little bit deeper. Carvalho knows to take that spot that he was occupying. I don't think Elliott is doing that, and that's because that's not his natural position just yet. I think he's got learning to do, then he can play it. Has he got the traits to do it? Yes, but is he there? In my opinion, not just yet.
All right, so one question I want to ask both of you, and it's hard for me to ask this question, obviously, because of how I feel about the player.
Mm.
Edge of the box, let's say 22 yards out, the ball fizzed into Darwin Nunez in the box. Darwin Nunez holds it up, tees it off. Who would you rather on the end of the shot, Elliot or Firmino? Be honest.
Oh, wow.
Carvalho.
No. Elliot or Firmino?
From 22 yards, I'm going with Elliot. I think Bobby's got pillow feet now. He doesn't seem to be able to shoot from distance
I
anymore.
think that's a little bit of a...
Bruv, these are hard questions for me to ask, Matt.
Probably, no, to be fair,
Elliot's got a good shot from distance. He's got that
Do you know what it
curling.
is?
You know, he does that like curling top corner. Type
I
of
hear
shot.
you. Probably Elliot, but there's one thing that for me you can't change in football, and that's big game experience. I think it sounds weird, yeah.
No,
It's gonna sound mad. Under more pressure, it's gonna sound crazy. I actually think Bobby, you know, I don't even know why. I think that big game mentality. Harvey Elliott,
Bobby
I feel
off the
like
bench, guys. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
that's his
All
role.
right,
now.
one more question then. One more question.
yeah, that's a tough one. But then again, I think, but it's not just. Go.
We're playing against Aston Villa. We need a goal in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Aston Villa got 5 man on the edge of their box defending. Elliot or Firmino pick up the ball in the half space in between their defense and their midfield. You got Mo on the right, Diaz on the left, Nunez through the middle. Who are you picking to play an eye of the needle pass and execute it?
Firmino.
I actually think neither, in terms of like from the evidence of last season. But I would go Firmino over Elliot for that scenario.
I would as well.
Elliot. I'm going Elliot on again.
But
and
what
you know, I'm gonna get
yeah.
slated for this.
I
Like,
don't think
one of
Elliot's
my-
got an eye of the needle pass in him, Cal. That's
right.
not really how he plays, bro.
No,
He's bro.
he does.
I'm
but
gonna point
he's
to
not.
I'm gonna point to two things. And again, I haven't got a massive sample size. The reason why I'm confident saying this is under 23s and all that. If I'm not mistaken, when we played Burnley, his pass through to Trent was a very good. It wasn't eye of the needle, but it was a very good pass that made it easy for Trent to execute his pass. In that game, if I'm not mistaken, he teed up Mo for a goal that was disallowed for offside, and was an eye of the needle pass. As much as I like Bobby, his pass execution, not his vision. Bobby's vision will never go, but his execution of a pass is not what it used to be. And in
Yeah,
a 10,
I agree with
That's
that.
that's so crisp. We're
No,
talking
I
about
hear you.
walkers.
But remember when I said to you, imagination is also key as well. Let me give it 1920 season, Newcastle, low block, Firmino. You know the move Firmino does, isn't it? I don't even have to say nothing. Firmino pirouette, spin, back heel to Salah. Salah then puts it in the corner. Yeah, Elliot can't do that. No disrespect to Elliot, but he actually can't do that. Like stuff like that. Like you're just born to do it. Like Firmino was born to just like play five-a-side football and just show man what you got.
I hear you, man.
You see Elliot, yeah.
That's 2 seasons ago, bro.
I hear you. But here's the thing, though, and I know this is kind of unfair to say, but I do genuinely feel like yes, injuries hampered his season. He got, I think it was 10, 11 goals, yeah, in an let's for his standards, an injury-ravaged season. I genuinely feel if he wasn't injured, he gets 15, 16. And even though it might not be
20, man.
He might have. It's hard to say, but all I know is that he's more impactful, and I don't think we're having these conversations like this. It's because he had an injury-ravaged season, and this kind of refers back to slightly different conversation, but to the Mane thing where a few people were saying he's actually done because
Bobby's not finished. You won't hear those words come out of my mouth.
No. But I just feel like to compare. Here's where I would say what we shouldn't be doing just yet, but maybe I'm in the wrong for this though. I don't think we can be comparing Elliot to Firmino, like Firmino, not even just like what he's done in the past, but as a footballer, like I think Harvey's got the youthfulness and he's learning his trade, and we want him to be the all-worldly player, which I think he will be. But to compare him to Firmino in a 10, where Firmino, we even know that even when he's false 9, he's practically a 10. Like that's his bread and butter. And we've got an up-and-coming player who looks good, but had a setback. And we're now going to say he can do... I mean, obviously, he's going to have things that he can do better than Bobby, but I just don't think we can have that conversation yet, bro. That's just me being honest, isn't it? I just don't think we can have that conversation yet. I don't think we can start saying Elliot over Firmino in a 10, but that's just me. I don't know.
Let me play devil's advocate. But part of this is kind of my thinking as well, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Is it not being sentimental to say we can't speak about Elliot? Because if we're talking about the game today, we're not talking about his career and what he's done. Like, Bobby's legacy goes way beyond goals and assists. Like, and we're saying that as Liverpool fans because we've watched him week in, week out. When people come to us and say, "Oh, but Bobby only scored this amount and only assists," we go, "Okay, we don't actually give a monkeys because he facilitated a whole system which allowed us to be successful. Do one, kindly, respectfully, do one. We don't care about your opinion on Bobby." But if we talk about today, 2022, September, August, when the season's going to start, do we not have to have these hard conversations? Because look, we're talking about Carvalho playing that position, but Carvalho is only a year older than Elliot.
But Carvalho's got the experience that Elliot unfortunately didn't have because he was injured. So you see how you're saying today. I hear you, but it's if we say today, and even if we go off what you did in the last year, who had the more successful year? Firmino over Elliot. And that's because Elliot was injured. So we're basing this on promise and sample sizes that we've seen. Yeah. What you're saying, in my opinion, isn't wrong. I just think if we're talking 10s, I think Firmino's the one. But let's just say he's on the wane and we feel like you're saying, like we feel like he's not the same player. I think it goes Carvalho ahead of Elliot. And I know you're saying there's only 1 year in age. It's just because Carvalho's played a season with Mitrovic. And funny enough, Mitrovic is, is the hold-up man, he's the target man. And Darwin Nunez is like a mixture between a target man and he's always on the move, innit? So I feel like it'll be Carvalho that'll be ahead of Elliot. I still feel like Elliot will be the 8. And I think he might transition to the 10, but I don't think it's yet. I just don't think it's yet. But I could be wrong, bro. For all I know, we could go into preseason, yeah? And dare I say it, whoever we play, Elliot's playing a 10, Nunez is a striker, and Elliot gets 3 assists, and Nunez gets 3 goals. So I'm just saying, I can't see it yet, but you might be ahead of the curve. I just don't see it yet. That's what it is.
No, I'm not even saying I'm ahead of the curve. I see certain things in Elliot that, and again, I love Bobby, but some of Bobby's deficiencies are worrying me a little bit. Not saying I want him to leave. I definitely want Bobby to stay. And I don't even think what I'm saying is disrespectful to Bobby. Anyone who knows me, who watched the channel for long enough, knows no. But again, I'm Liverpool over Bobby Firmino. I'm Liverpool over any player. So I got to look at the bigger picture. But just coming back to Taki before we move on, definitely think he's going to move on, or do you think there's an outside chance he stays for another season?
I think he's gone. I think he's gone. I do think he's gone.
I think he's gone because somebody will pay, because they realize there's a talent there. And his agent will probably be pushing hard for the move based on the fact that at 27, Taki's going to want to play. It is bad mind for us to think about him being our squad player, but the kid himself is obviously going to want to play ball in it. So at his age, I think if someone gives us the money, between 17 to 20, and he'll go. And I think I think Leeds, even because they're one of the strong people who want him. He could play right side and replace Rafinha. And so I genuinely think when Rafinha leaves Leeds, I think they'll legitimately come in with a £70 million bid for Taki.
I think he'll play support striker at Leeds. I don't think he'll play
even better, bro, because that's his best position, Cal. So even better, bro.
Bamford needs help up there. Bamford needs help up.
And if Bamford's not playing, Taki can just play striker, because Bamford, we don't know if he'll get over those injuries.
Quick question, guys. Just a quick one before we move on. If we're expected to lose Mane, we're most likely going to lose Taki, and we might lose... Sorry, and we will lose Origi.
We've lost him. He's already gone, bro.
Oh, sorry, we lost him, yeah? As it stands, it does look like it'll be Darwin.
Question, Matt.
Oh, swear down.
Yeah, no, ask it. You're beating me, though.
All right. Should we even be a little bit concerned that we're going more what we might not necessarily want, and that's a strong first 11, but the squad is being weakened, and we're selling 3 players and bringing in 1? Because I've just mentioned 3 attackers. I could be wrong here. I could be so wrong, and we go and get another attacker. Do you know what worries me?
Can I be cheeky and hold you for that? Because that's going to be in the next topic.
Yeah.
So hold that thought, man. I'm
I
gonna
was
come
just
to you
starting
straight
to
away.
cook something up, innit?
I know you were, but it
Yeah.
coincides with the next topic. So let me
Yeah.
leave you to let it simmer on the stove for a little bit. Still.
Calm.
We'll read out these supers and then we'll get to that. Musa says, Cal, I told you on the video after the Champions League final that Klopp will get a big signing. It's a regular pattern now. After every big loss, Klopp goes big. I think the Mane situation has changed that personally.
They probably knew about the Mane scenario, though, to be
Possibly. Playing Enthusiast X says, make Taki a support striker for Nunez and we deal with the low block. It's a good option as well.
I reckon their combination would work, to be honest.
The
Big
boss
up
says,
the boss.
I'm so glad we're friends again. LOL. Secondly, just trust Klopp. You'll never walk alone. Again, the boss, I genuinely don't know why and how we fell out, but yeah. Glad that you're back on the scene, man. Matt's hairline says, Kai, you got to hide behind the Bobby mask. Bobby's seen the checkered flag and it's over. I'm sorry, but he ain't it anymore. Love Bobby, but he's finished. I disagree. He's not the player he was.
Finished. Yeah,
but he's not finished in my opinion.
He's not finished.
Shout out to Lejeune, who's in a super.
Yeah, big up.
Jamrock says, how many times has Bobby left the pass hella short?
Yeah, that's what the problem is. But what if I said to you, like, why would a player kick the ball short or have no power in his shot? It would be fatigue, right? That is the only reason why I think a footballer doesn't have power in his pass or power in his shot. It's fatigue.
Not always. That's a tough one. That's
some people just don't have it like that, Drift. It's like
no, but he used to though, Cal, right? So I think it's fatigue.
His weight of pass used to be so serious.
It was the best, bruv. It was the best.
His weight of pass was serious.
I think it could be.
It could be.
If Bobby's coming off the bench fresh, playing the Origi / Minamino kind of role for us next season, he bangs out. You know, he does well when he plays. I just don't think Here's what Bobby is nowhere near done. Bobby just can't play 40 games a season anymore. That's what the problem is.
But maybe,
and I would say that's because we ran him into the ground.
Yeah, and not only that, even though Firmino's kind of one of them players where he don't need game time to be Firmino, he still needs game time though to get that crisp sharpness. If he was injured last season and he wasn't the first choice striker either, you're gonna lose a bit of that anyway, just through match sharpness. Like it's fine tuned, isn't it? So the majority of his game is gonna be calm, but you see those finer points that you need to get absolutely right for those decisive moments. That's probably why. That's another factor as well. He wasn't first choice for the first time, arguably in his career, where he was like, "I'm definitely not first choice." In it, it was Jota to start the season, then it was Mane to end the season for the number 9 spot. So. He doesn't get a lot of reps in it. Repetition. He needed that repetition, like to get rid of them cobwebs. And he probably didn't get that as well. For people that are saying he's finished, I do not think he's finished whatsoever. He's not the same Firmino from 17-18, but he's still a quality player. We're acting like this guy's shot, and we should just be like, "No, we're gonna get rid of this guy." But the man's still quality. And it's mad because you'll go and do it somewhere else, and everyone will go, "You know what? Yeah, we sold man too early."
I'm telling you, Bobby is a very impactful player off the bench.
Still a quality player. Just got to utilize him maybe better.
Yeah,
maybe
we've just lost Origi. We need another player now to take his spot as a
we're about to lose a lot, but we'll save that for the
Nish Patel, thank you for coming a YouTube member of ours, much appreciated. Musa LFC 21 says Elliot has more experience than Carvalho, by the way, in men's football. Last year was Carvalho's first year, and I like Bobby, but he's not a 10 anymore, just a false 9.
Didn't Elliot play the Blackburn one season? Was it not?
Yeah, but he also played Fulham for half a season as well in the Prem.
Okay.
Yeah, Elliot's had more men's football than Carvalho. Yeah, fact. Yeah.
Shimron says, "Yo, we got the man then been here since you had the football. Had been here since I had to fall back after we played was Drifty's rant, which would crap me up after the disappointment. Hard again this season. Kaboom! Bound to kill a bias."
Yeah, big up, bro. Big up, man. I remember them days, bro.
Old School Tunes 80 says, "Been unwell, just come on. We went in Paris. It was amazing. The city was all red. All sorts of LFC fans. A trip by car was wicked. Cal tagged videos on Twitter. Big up yourself, old school tunes, 80s. I'll check those out. Hope you're feeling better now as well.
Yeah, big up.
Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says Diaz, Mane, Nunez equals Origi, Fabio equals Taki. No forward, to be honest. I think we still need another forward, personally.
Yeah, we need a right player, to play on the right hand side of the attack.
Cali Man says, do you think all the talk about Darwin's price from fans is because deep down we have become used to being the underdogs due to the funds, and now it's an excuse that we feel others will use to come back at us? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, to a degree.
We're not underdogs, though. We have to drop this mentality. We are not underdogs.
Guys,
Liverpool
just understand, everybody hates us because we're the greatest team in English history.
Do you know what it is though? I just think it's kind of simple, but like, not. In fact, no. If I say that's going to be rude,
They all hate us.
Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it.
All
right, I'll say this. Yeah, what I was about to say would be a bit peak, but we are run a certain way. When we sell a player, we use those funds to go and get our next player. Other teams don't necessarily have to sell the amount of players that we do to go and get their players. For example, Man City right now, they have the finances to actually keep Jesus if they wanted to, and obviously they've just signed Haaland. Whereas we have to normally, and I say normally, sacrifice one to get another one. And that is just how we are. That's how we run as a business. It is that simple. We sell a player, we use those funds, we go and get another player. You will never see Liverpool not sell any players and go make transactions. We don't do that. That's just how we run. It's that simple. If people don't understand that, then
let's wait to the end of the summer before we decide
that's
for that.
That's how it is, isn't it?
Ash says Bobby's been playing men's football since 17. South American strikers don't go deep into their 30s. He can be our Burkham, impact 20 minutes here and there. Potentially.
Yeah, I actually agree with the impact part. I do.
The boss says gives Drifty a new contract ASAP. Drifty's not allowed to leave. He's tied down with Felix contract.
Drifty's got Julian Ward's number, hence the signings we've been making.
He's got that João Felix contract. Shout out to Rack as always. Thank you very much.
Big up, brother.
Love as always, brother.
Yeah, love as always, bro. Big up. Bless.
Thank you.
Right, Matt. It's time to take the pot off the stove, bro. Because we
all right.
By the way, a couple people are asked who I'm manifesting at the moment. Paqueta.
Fair dues.
I'm talking wide, John. I'm not gonna lie. I did a little deep. I did a little deep digging. Fucking hell, that boy's saucy. Oh my god.
Paqueta, yeah.
Oh my days. He yeah. I got a couple people in the pot though. Gnabry's in the pot. There's a few people in the pot, but Paqueta, Jesus. If him and Thiago played in the same team, it would be fucking illegal. You can't have that much sauce in one team. I'm sorry, that would be illegal.
Paqueta's good. He's good.
Nah, he's saucy. My day.
No, Paqueta's good.
He is saucy, bro.
He's good. He is. But, yeah.
Right, Matt. Get the oven mitts out.
Yeah, Demo, I know. Don't get me started on that, bro. Don't get me
started. Ready? You ready for me to start cooking, yeah?
Indeed, I am indeed. Let's do this.
You're mute again, bro. How come it keeps muting you?
I'm very glitchy behind the scenes. I'm just rolling.
Oh, yeah, he is. I can tell you get
glitchy.
All right. I'll let go. All I'm gonna say. Yeah, all I'm gonna say is this, yeah. As things stand right now, like I said before, we've lost Origi, we're about to lose Mane, and it looks like we're losing Taki Minamino, and we're only bringing in Darwin Nunez. That's 3 players that we're losing and only bringing in 1. Even the output from Nunez, even if he was to have an amazing season, he would have to hit like Salah numbers to cover like that output for the 3 players, roughly, just off the top of my head or whatever, like 30 goals, 35 goals, whatever it is, yeah. But it doesn't work like that because it's almost, you got to factor in fatigue as well and form. I do worry a little bit as much as we are doing good business, because here's the thing. Losing Mane and having to replace Mane very quickly, I think we've done our due diligence and we've gone with the player, or Liverpool gone with the player who they think is the best, yeah. However, I do feel like the other 2 haven't been thought of enough, because unless I see we're linked with another forward, I feel like our squad in a weird way actually might be weaker than the season just gone. Because Taki Minamino scored 10 goals. And even though Origi has scored like 4 or 5 goals, they were clutch goals, important goals. As great as Darwin Nunez can be, as good as he can be even in his first season, you're asking a lot from him. You're asking him to bag 30 straight away. Are we going back to the whole, our first 13 players are amazing, or full team, but after that we're a bit short? Because I can't lie to you, losing Origi and Minamino, in my opinion, is actually a big worry. Like, you go to our bench, and I know maybe you could say Carvalho's there. Maybe we could throw him in there. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Carvalho covers someone else as well, though, at the same time. So it is one of those ones where it's like, I don't want Liverpool to do what they did this summer, where we sold Dejan Lovren and we bought in Tsimikas, in a sense of we didn't cover the two positions because we needed a left back, but we also needed centre back cover.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not predicting some other madness where we go for a season where we have all those injuries, but I just think we have to tread carefully, you know, because one thing Liverpool do, and this is how we say we do business different from everyone else, is the money that we make of player sales, we throw back at the signings that we make. And I kind of feel like Liverpool are anticipating the Taki money and the Mane money to go and get Nunez. But obviously, because Origi's left on a free, there's not really going to be money there to go and get him, and they won't see that as a priority. Whereas us fans might feel a little bit different. So I throw it back to you guys and the people in the chat. Are you worried that we could potentially, we've already lost Origi, like I said before. We lost, we're about to lose Mane, and we're about to lose Taki, and we're bringing Nunez. Is that a worry? Yes or no?
By the way, Matt, it was nearly 25 goals and assists between Taki and Origi last season. That's a lot.
But even more, so that's what I'm saying. Even more, my point.
Yeah.
We are asking a lot. Like, bro, one person, in my opinion, can't replicate what 3 man do. Like, even if you're Salah, you can't replicate what 3 man do. It's actually impossible. Oh, are we in a bit of a problem here if we don't buy another forward? And again, I'm asking a question. It's not definitive what's going to happen. I'm just asking a question. Are you slightly concerned, or are you more like caught up in the signing of Nunez and thinking, Raj, you know what? Yeah, he cost this amount of money and he's good, but then you're sleeping the fact of, yeah, but we had 2 really big impact players. Do you know what I mean? That were able to just come off the bench and do what they need to do, and you've got to have the mentality. So yeah,
plus cup games as well. Plus cup games, isn't it?
I think there's 2 things to consider. So Nunez replaces Origi. Yeah. And I believe Carvalho replaces Taki. I still think we needed, let's say no one left. Well, effectively Origi would leave. Let's say, and Taki we always kind of thought would leave. I still think even if Mane stayed, we'd still need right-hand side cover for Mo. Still think we need that, even with Nunez coming in. Where I think the change could be is if we get someone who can provide goals from midfield, though, Matt. Because I think we've been so heavily reliant on our attackers, especially the front 3 scoring, that the midfielders have gone under the radar because they are barely contributing in terms of numbers in comparison to some other teams. I think if we can get someone in to bridge that gap, then we're not necessarily sitting here thinking, who's going to replace the goals and assists of Origi, Minamino, and Mane? We're sitting there thinking, we're spreading it around a little bit more. Not to mention as well, I do think Trent will start to score more goals as well, especially if we get a right back and he starts getting a bit of rest. I think Trent can start scoring more goals. I think Ibu, if he starts more, will get more goals. I think for us, it's more about spreading the goals out through the team rather than getting 1 or 2 players to do it. And I think a midfielder goes a long way to making that happen, in my opinion. But in the second breath, if we're going to boil down what Taki and Origi were for Liverpool, they were effectively cup and fringe players. So I'm going to ask you guys, if we don't replace them, that for me is kind of Klopp saying, if we have a run in the cups, okay, but if we don't, I don't care. Would you be okay with that? Because you guys know where I stand on it.
I'm 100% all right with that. We've won both them cups now. If we win them again, cool. If we don't, I want the big ones. I do like. I'm really not fussed about them 2 cups now. We won them. Not that they're not good, but we've got them in the bag now. It's about Champions League and Premier League now. It's about Champions League.
No.
You lot know my. You lot know my team.
Yeah, no. No, but here's the thing: you want to win every game. There's no we want to go to every game and try and win it. Yeah. However, if we had to pick and choose for this upcoming season, we generally would choose Premier League and Champions League, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, the reason why I generally feel like as well, like I know it's like fine margins, yeah, but it's those games where it's like, you say Nunez wasn't playing well. Who do you bring on for Nunez, for example? It'll be Firmino and apparently
no, it'll be Jota. It'll be Jota, bro.
Okay, say it's Jota then. So Jota's there, but we've seen what Jota can do. So I'm just thinking of a low block team. It's the same, samey. Nothing's changed. I agree with Cal, yeah. And I've said this before, the midfield does need more goals. However, though, we're still a little bit light up top. We just are. Like, it sounds weird. All right, here's the thing. If Carvalho comes in and does what I think he will do, then yeah, we might not be talking about Taki as much. If Carvalho can just hit the ground running, right? He kind of would take his position, so to speak, and just evolve to whatever he will be, whether that's an advanced 8 or a 10 or whatever. He will just be whatever he wants to be. Nunez now, theoretically, will replace Mane, not for style of play, but just for goals and output. So we kind of miss out on that Origi player, which I don't know how important that is to some people.
Bobby would have to become that impact player then, wouldn't he?
Yeah, true.
Which I don't think he's as good as Origi in terms of being clutch, but I definitely think he can be as impactful from the bench because I think Bobby's very good coming off the bench. So he could be that kind of type of player for us.
The midfield one's hard. This is why obviously we're going to dedicate the show to. It's really hard to decipher what we need from midfield. It really is.
You know what? Vieira's not that. I looked into Vieira. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with him. I don't think I'll be satisfied with that one though.
Yeah, but that's because you like the sauce though.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I like.
But we need that now, bro. We've had a lot of like robust workhorse. Now we need that silkiness, bro. We need that, bro.
I think what I like about Vieira is Vieira could cover Mo if need be as well.
I'm not saying Vieira's a bad player. Like,
no, I know.
I just think that there are other people I would put above Vieira in terms of priority.
That's absolutely fine. I don't have like if you were to say you prefer Paqueta to Vieira, but I ain't arguing with that. Like Paqueta's a baller. Like,
and I like that he's got a bit of something about him as well. You ain't pushing him around either. Like, you know, like we need to get a couple more of them man in there that's like, oh, what you want to make this physical, big man? All right, cool. Let's make this physical then. No, you know what I mean?
I like him a lot. It's just
for
me, Vieira. If we're gonna, Vieira would come in and potentially he could obviously play the 10. He could play as an 8. At a stretch, he could cover Mo if really needed. I wouldn't want him to cover Mo, but he could if we're going down that route. He just reminds me of a Bernardo Silva without the rattiness. And you know how much I rate Bernardo Silva's football skills. So when I see a player like that, and I'm like, at that age, Klopp,
I must admit, Bernardo's better than Vieira, though.
Oh yeah, but Bernardo's way older.
Yeah,
way older.
Yeah.
But Vieira's only 21. So again, we'll be getting an age where I think Klopp can really get into him and be like, yeah, like I can work with him and I can turn him into a Bernardo type of player without that dirt smell around him as well. You know what I mean? So
man's like,
like someone pass me the right guard, like. But again,
Bernardo,
there are other players as well, like your Pedro Goncalves, Sangara. People are talking about. I see a lot of people in the comments talk about Maddison, Paqueta, as you said, Fabio Vieira.
I'm down for the Maddie one, you know.
Kone.
Down for the Maddie one, bro.
Kone, there's so many players who could really do
what,
this.
Kone?
No, a player called, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Quadio Kone. He's a box-to-box midfielder. Looks very good.
I thought you meant the one that the other day I heard. Was it on Grizz's channel? I think I can't remember what it was, but apparently he thought he was on loan at Burnley. Apparently he went in the office and was like, "Yeah, I think I want to go back." And they were like,
"That's Cornet. That's Cornet."
Who's
Maxwell
Cornet?
Cornet.
Then?
I said
What?
Kone.
The Cornet's the one from Burnley, right?
Yeah. The one from
Yeah,
Burnley.
yeah.
He thought he
Cornet,
was on
yeah.
loan.
No, he thought he was on loan, bro.
I told you something weren't right. I did tell you, look. No one.
And then
listened to me.
apparently he went into the gaffer's office and was like, "Look, I think I want to go back." And they were like, "It's permanent. What do you mean go back?" He thought he was on loan.
No one believed me. No one believed me. I told you that something went right.
He thought he was on loan.
I don't blame him. I'd have thought I was on loan as well. That's it. Kone from Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Cal, how do you think you're on loan? How's that miscommunication?
Why would you think your agent's going to make you go from Lyon and sign a permanent deal at Burnley? That's why
but that's like me thinking I'm coming to your house to stay for the whole week. But really, you're only letting me sleep the one night. And then next day, you're like, "Yeah, so where you go?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, well, my guy?" You're like, "Yeah, it was only last night." Bro, you said for the week. We're like, "Nah." But how is that much how can you have that much miscommunication, bro? I don't understand, bro. What's going on?
Between him and Deitch, there might have been a lot of miscommunication, bro. I can imagine the conversation.
I think his agent did him dirty there, bro. I swear down.
Very dirty.
His agent done him dirty, bro. He didn't know. He didn't have a clue what was going on, and his agent took the money and ran, bro.
Facts. But in terms of the remodeling, Klopp's never really had to build a team before or rebuild a team. He's having to now at Liverpool. Gini's gone. Mane's going. Bobby's contract's running down. Salah might go. But the players that are coming in, Carvalho, Elliott, Konate, Ramsey, potentially a centre midfielder. People are talking about Bellingham, Diaz, Nunez. If we're not seeing a rebuild in him building for the future, I don't know what is. But the question I have for you, and I'll ask Matt when he comes back as well. This transition is not going to happen overnight. Are we?
What you mean in terms of how quickly it takes effect? You mean?
Yeah. If this team goes through a season of transition where we aren't competing for anything, I won't say we're competing for all of them, but we know deep down we're not going to win anything. How would you deal with that?
Well, after missing out on both by the last 120
I'm not saying that's going to be
minutes
next season, by the way, but I'm saying I think there will be a season where you will start to see that transition of, because let's be honest, Carvalho, Elliott, Nunez, they're all young. They're really young. They're not in their peak yet. They're maybe not even close to their peak yet. It might take them a season or two to potentially turn that corner where they go from being prospects to, I'm the guy. Do we have that patience in us?
As a fan base, no. I don't think we do, no.
I'm gonna be real.
Look how annoyed we get when things don't go right.
Yeah.
Will it take that long though? Because I'm thinking this is what I love about having experienced players around. This is why the Milners and the Hendersons are good, because they keep everybody in check, where maybe people might be a little bit complacent or people might be a little nervous, or like all those things that come with being either young or being inexperienced or whatever. So I think the transition will be a bit smoother than going a whole year where we don't compete for anything.
Yeah.
But maybe we might have to be. I definitely think the Cup's Cav, I'm being honest. And again, I know you love to win everything. And don't get me wrong, I want to win everything. I think we've got to, but not even just because we maybe might not have the squad for it. Bro, you can't play 63 games every season. You're just looking to duppy everybody's career way earlier than it should be. Like, there's going to come a cut-off point where it's just not... it's not logical or ethical to keep trying to win every competition that we're in. I know you want to, but do you get what I mean? Like, you can't be playing 60 games every year, bro. You just can't. Look what it did to us last year. We do that again next year, bro. We might be taking a couple years off these man's life, bro.
We did that, though, Drift, with not adequate rotation and also not adequate players in certain positions. If I genuinely believe if we had a Genie replacement or Genie last season and someone to rotate with Trent earlier on in the season, I think we win the quad. I think we're that close to it.
And this as well, Dane. It's a World Cup year, bruv. So you got to throw in all them games that are going to get played in the middle.
All right. But hold on.
bruv.
No. But shout out to Luke Tanner. I don't know if Luke's in the chat or not. Luke and I were speaking about this. Mo's going to have a rest. If I'm not mistaken, Diaz is going to have a rest.
Oh, did Colombia not make it? I didn't know that.
There are going to be players. I don't know if Virgil made it or not. I don't know if Holland made it.
Yeah, Holland are there. Yeah.
But we're going to have players who are going to get a rest. Who
fair enough. Fair enough.
That situation. Chelsea might not be in that situation. United and Tottenham might not.
No, but Kanate is going to get called up. And Matip will have a rest. Matip will have a rest. Kanate will get called up. Virgil will get called up.
Trent might get called up, but might not play.
Robbo's going to have a rest. I know it's bad mind to say it. Shout out, Conrad. I know he's not going to like this, but Scotland not going means Robbo will get a well-deserved rest.
Costas as well.
Trent won't get picked. Hallelujah. So he'll have a break. You might have a point, actually. We might have quite a lot of our big hitters. Mane won't be our player anymore, begrudgingly. So here's who's going to the World Cup then. Nunez, Flacco, Alisson, Van Dijk. I think Ibu will go, Cal. I think he'll get called.
Ibu will go. He will go.
Jota will go. Am I missing anyone? We only got 6 players. Thiago will go. Naby will go. No, they didn't make it, did they?
Thiago might go, but he barely starts for Spain.
Have we only got 7 players going to the World Cup? Raw. No, England. Sorry, Henderson.
Again, Hendo might not play that much. Guys, there's a real possibility.
We've only got 8 players going World Cup. That's mad, you know.
There's a real possibility Kanate doesn't go. Alisson will go.
No, Ibu will go, man. Ibu will go.
I doubt.
Bobby's going.
I doubt Bobby will go.
No, he'll go. He'll go. He might not play a lot, Cal, but he'll go. Right, so that means we've only got 5 players that are gonna. Actually, even Flacco don't necessarily start. So Alisson and Van Dijk are the only 2 players and Nunez. So we've only got 3 players from our team that are going to be starters for the World Cup team. And that's all right, you know. That's actually all right. I can't even find that.
Yeah, if that happens, that's good for us. I feel like there'll be more, though. All. I feel like there might. I don't know why.
City, you're going to have Bernardo will play. De Bruyne will play. Haaland's not going. No, he's not going, is he?
Yeah, make it.
Diaz will play, though. Cancelo will play.
Yeah.
Walker will play. Edison will get a rest because Alisson plays. Rodri will play.
Sterling
will play. Yeah, I'm not. Well, he might be a Chelsea player by then.
Man City
Stones will play. Yeah, Man City are going to have a lot more players playing in the World Cup than us for real. They will. They actually will. Real talk. They will.
And World Cup's in December, isn't it? It's in December, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, December. Yeah.
Foden.
Yeah, Foden will play. Yeah, no, for real. They're going to have a lot more. Yeah, Ake will play. Right, they're going to have a lot more players going World Cup than us, for real.
Bro, let that happen.
Zinchenko, they didn't make it, bro. Zinchenko, yeah, they didn't make it. So Zinchenko will be getting a rest. Yeah, they got a lot more players that are going to be playing in the World Cup.
Gundogan?
No, he's leaving, isn't it? Gundogan's leaving.
He's definitely leaving, Gundogan?
Yeah, he's leaving, yeah.
Okay.
Laporte, yeah, they'll have a lot of players that will go still.
Oh, yeah, but Laporte play for Spain now, innit?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he changed. He changed.
Adad3 says, would football be better if there was more jeopardy when making signings? If a big signing flops at Chelsea, they can just buy another while we can't miss.
That's why we have to do more due diligence on our signings.
Yeah. I don't think Chelsea scouted Werner. I just reckon they knew we were in for and thought,
they've been doing that for years, bro.
Yeah,
they always do. We are their scouting. They've been doing that for years.
Even back to the Salah team. Remember, we wanted Salah, you know, from back in the day. Bro. We were after Salah from way back in the day, bro. We was after Willian from back in the day. But there's so many players that we actually wanted.
Yeah, bro. There's about 5 or 6 times when Chelsea have just signed a player that we wanted, bro. Yeah.
But they pay more money. They were just like, yeah, we'll have that still. It's mad.
The boss says Gnabry worth a bet. Take Gnabry at Liverpool. I really will.
He's part of the manifestation. He's in the cooking pot.
I have no issues with Gnabry like in the squad.
If we signed Gnabry and Nunez, I'm not gonna lie to you, look. I might sit and pop my chest and say we're going to win the league.
Me personally, let me ask you this, Drift, actually. Would you rather Nunez and Anthony?
Yes, I would. But I'll be honest with you. That's because, as me and Cal were just saying, I'm a source guy, innit? Gnabry is way more effective than Anthony. So I think if you're just talking about getting the job done, Gnabry would actually be better in that regard.
Slightly different.
But Anthony's source, innit? And you know what I'm feeling. Yeah. If we had Gnabry and Salah for the right, Nunez and Jota down the middle, and Diaz on the left, and we can occasionally play Carvalho there, and obviously Jota could play there if he wanted to. With that forward line there, I might beat my chest and say we're going to win the Prem. I can't front. I actually might beat my chest first day of the season and say we're going to win the Prem.
If we sign, or we're going to sign Nunez, but if it was for me and Kunku, I'll put a bet down right now and be like winning the league. Like generally.
Would you be angry? Would you be angry with me, Matt, if I said I think Gnabry will be a way better signing than Nkunku?
I think Nkunku would be way more.
I think the way we play Gnabry,
I'm not mad at you because Gnabry has a resume. Like he has a very, very good resume. But Nkunku's ceiling is just, bro. I'm telling Nkunku and Nunez, we cooking everything. Like there's nothing we can't.
It would be naughty. It would be naughty. But there's something about Gnabry.
William Ward, bro.
And you know what we're like when it comes to people having plaits/dreads. Like we get games won. Finals. This is what we do. We got to get a dread man back in the team, bro. That's why I want Basu. Oh no, Basuma cut his hair, didn't he? Like we got like, you know what I mean? Like when I see Gnabry on the side with the cornrows, I'm like, here we go. Let's get it done, bro. Let's get it done. You know what I'm saying?
If he was to get, but and again, it comes down to the original question. I think like it would just be nice to know that we was gonna get that second attacker, but I just don't think it's definitive, bro. I genuinely feel like. We have to wait until the end of the window, like what Cal says. But I'm worried, though, that it's just going to be Nunez. And then even if we get midfielder, it will almost... we'll be so happy. We might not even think about the attacker. But I'm worried that later on in the season where you just needed that somebody else.
We have to have a player that can play where Mo is either out of form or can't play. We have to. We're too lopsided. And Klopp can't be stupid enough to have watched how lopsided we were and not address it, man. We haven't had a Mo replacement for 4 years. We can't be that stupid. We cannot be that stupid. Come on, man. Like,
Let's come back to that.
Come on, man. The Gnabry pot's cooking, you lot. I told you, the manifestation is cooking, bro.
Jamrock says Jurgen Klopp can only effectively manage 5 forwards fully fit. If history goes on that, then yeah, hopefully he's changed his mentality though. Mr. Dare say it says we get 1 forward and 2 midfielders. Elliot, Fabio, and Curtis Jones will be loaned. I only think one of those 3 would be loaned. I don't think all 3.
Yeah, but I think 2 should.
Big up to Andre Roberts. Says the Nunez signing isn't just about goals, it's about a change of our approach and trusting Klopp. As always, Harvey and Fabio will be the midfield difference. Yeah, Dre's been on to me.
I think Carvalho is going to do well for us, you know. I've just got a feeling.
Carvalho gonna be.
I've just got a feeling.
He might be the most underrated signing of the season.
Yeah, he's going to be the James Milner or the Tsimikas, where we were like, oh, okay. And then as we go on, we're like, yo, look how important this guy is. He's saucy with it, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Dre's been on to me for a little while about Elliot and Nunez, so gotta hand it to Dre still. Regularly hitting me up on WhatsApp and cussing me out for not believing him earlier. Jamrock says Mahrez is City's top goal scorer, only played 200 and 2,900 plus minutes. Efficiency.
I would take that. He's only got 1 year left. I would take Mahrez.
That papers over the cracks of Jack Grealish. I can't even front. That doesn't get talked about.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Matt. If at 64 million, Nunez doesn't do that well, they're going to come for us, those City fans, and start talking all that shit. Like they don't have Grealish, who done fuck all. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not saying Grealish is a bad player. Don't get me wrong. I never go that far.
But he just hasn't
I
worked
watched
out.
Grealish the other day for England. I can't lie, guys. I think he might be one of those players that we thought there was a ceiling and it just wasn't. Like, I've got to be honest with you, like, and I still stand by what I said 2 years ago. Maddison is a better player than Grealish. I said it then, I'll say it now. Maddison is a better player than Grealish. I know they're slightly different in where they play, so maybe it's not fair to compare them. For me, Maddison is a better player than Grealish.
I disagree. Rate both, but I disagree. I think Grealish is better. Jamrock says Foden played 3,184, Mahrez 2,931, Sterling 3,088, Jesus 2,570. Again, yeah, more rotation. But I will say, City didn't get to the final of all the cups, and even though the weight of the Prem is higher, they did only win one trophy last season. So there's swings and roundabouts with it.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Little Man says Nkunku is the answer, can play 8 and back up right side.
Nkunku can play on the right side. He can play on the right side of the attack.
The right wing, though. I think that limits his game.
No, here's the thing. It's not his favorite anymore. No. But it's not his favored position. But man can still do what, bro. Whoever, if you can, let me put this correctly. Nkunku has all the attributes, in my opinion, that Sadio Mane has, just that he's younger. But it's just that we're talking about the Sadio Mane at Southampton, but with maybe better finishing. In fact, no, because Sadio Mane, better finishing, yeah. Bro, Nkunku's ceiling is so high. He can play across the front, but he's not a player that stays in his position, so to speak. So it's a good and a bad thing. He hasn't got a fixed position. His best position is a false 9. But you play him on the right or the left, he's still a problem. He is just a problem, bro. Trust me.
Do you think Nkunku could play a box-to-box position for us, bro?
Bro, 100%. It would change. He'd have to change his game again, going back to what he used to be. But bro, the guy can do whatever you ask him, and Klopp is
left side 8. Yeah, do you think he could play that role?
He can play that role, but because I've seen him in that goal scoring exploit position in through the middle, I almost feel like, are you taking away from his attributes now? And that's
so. Where would you buy him? If we woke up in the morning, Nkunku, boom, done deal, 58 million. Liverpool's done it. Oh my days, we bought Nkunku and Nunez in the same window. Where'd you play Nunez? Where'd you play Nkunku?
I would go 4-2-3-1 if he bought Nkunku. I'll go for
I'm not playing him in the 10.
Yeah, I'll play him in the 10. Second striker, bruv. Him and Nunez, they're cooking. And what, you still got Diaz
and Diaz.
And the thing is, Nkunku can he's got the engine as well. He's got the engine as well. It's not like he'll fade. Like he would never fade.
Don't do it. So, yeah. For the love of God, don't do it.
At the 10,
we would have the world shook if we had that front four. Oh my day!
It's a rapper.
Liam says Matthias Nunez being linked. I've not heard of the player, so I have to check him out.
Linked.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people saying that in the chat. Still.
Matthias Nunez, guys, big news right now. Yeah,
I don't even know who he is, if I'm being honest.
Tahir says next season is 5 sub. We need all the experience we need on the bench. What we have been lacking in is goals and midfielders not scoring. Agreed. Goals for midfield, I say we're lacking in. Goals scored, we still top 2. Said regarding Nkunku, I'm guessing Callum, he's the best player on the pitch right now on the right wing. Literally the best player at the moment. That's fair dues. I'm not watching the game, so I can't comment, but I take your word for it.
So what did someone say? Sorry.
Nkunku's playing right wing at the moment for France against Croatia, and he's the best player on the pitch.
Bro, I ain't gonna say nothing about that, brother. I've been singing it.
How much do you actually think we're gonna have to pay for him though? Because they are talking about 80 mil, aren't they?
Yeah, we were. The thing is, we would have had to go.
We ain't doing 2 80s in 1 week.
We're not. With Julian Ward, just know the assignment at hand. You have many people to appease, bro. Do your thing. Bro, I don't know. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. But, and I say but. Then balance sheets, like what Jamrock said, looking kind of healthy. Last couple of years.
We can use money to leverage Gnabry. That's where my mind is at right now. You get what I'm saying?
Bro, Nkunku is just different, bro. I can't even. I know Kyle's not really his. I rate him highly.
Just maybe not his rate. It's just where would he play for us?
Bro, he can play anywhere.
If it's the 10, if he's playing the 10, fair enough. But then we need to assess where other players are playing. So that's my only thing.
Nkunku is actually Klopp's dream after losing Mane. Like, literally, if you think about it, he's actually Klopp's dream. He'll be like, Mane can play anywhere, and you can play anywhere. Come, big man. You know how many hugs, Klopp, them headlocks that Klopp does? You can imagine him giving bare noogies to Nkunku after he played right, then he went middle, then he went there, then he went there. You can imagine it. You can actually imagine
it. The guy, bro. It costs peas, but I just think it's one of them ones where...
Yeah, let's just do a Gnabry and Mane straight swap. It is what it is, man, isn't it?
They're going to do that. The boss said Matt and Drifty, Kopishes, Mane and Salah, but Gnabry would be my choice.
I'm Mane and you're Mo then, isn't it? Oh, you're left-footed as well, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm Mo still, because I left-footed thing.
Scrowl says, Leandro Trossard, what are your thoughts on him? Not the youngest, but every time I see him, I've been impressed. Creativity and creating. He's good. I don't think he's our level, though.
You talking about Brighton?
He's not our level, but he's good. He is a good player, though.
He's good, yeah. He's
do you know who he strikes me like? Who he reminds me of, guys? He reminds me of when Tadic was in the Prem and wasn't really appreciated, and then when Ajax balled out. I reckon if he did a move like that, I reckon we would appreciate it more. Because he's at Brighton, I don't really think he gets the respect.
Yeah, I agree. But I do rate him, just not for Liverpool. People, we are about to come to the end of the show. So just some things. If you haven't already, please smash the like button. Over 1,000 of you guys in here. Make sure you comment and subscribe as well.
Also, 1,200 at the moment. Big up, guys.
Make sure you follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Insta, Facebook, and TikTok. And this show will also be available on podcast for you to listen to as well on your favorite platforms. So make sure you subscribe to us on those channels as well. We are going to be back on Wednesday with a live show speaking about the midfield, which we need to speak about. So guys, come with your thinking caps in the comments. We're going to need your input because there's players out there, for example, Nunez, who I'd never heard about until this evening, and now it looks like we're linked with him. So we've obviously got some research to do, and you guys can help us with that. We'll obviously have the Summer Daily News Show coming out tomorrow as well. I'm not off to watch Love Island. Definitely not off to watch Love Island. That's not my cup of tea still.
Love Island where they showed man just lipsing up bare girls in a row. I was just like,
I don't know. It's just not.
Love Island's a big
just
thing.
Bare DNA sharing. I'm like, what is
thing.
going on, man? What is going on?
Big up to everyone who likes Love Island. It's just not for me. But yes, we'll be back with the Summer Daily News Show every day throughout the summer. Well, every weekday throughout the summer, obviously. But yeah, looking forward to Wednesday. It's a show that's long time coming. Members, you guys will have stuff as well. And if you're not a member, make sure you click the link in the description to become a member as well. And merch, guys. Got some new merch coming soon. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. And we'll make sure we advertise that so you guys see it as well. So we've gone through Nunez. We've gone through Taki. We've also gone through Klopp's rebuild. It's an exciting summer so far, people.
Someone said some mad stuff, you know.
No, I'm seeing.
What about Love Island?
Man said DNA sharing, you know.
That's a bad DNA sharing, bro. What are you doing, bro? And imagine being the last one as well. What the fuck?
Yes, forget that, bro.
Oh, bro. Herpes running rife in that camp, bro.
Oh.
Nothing on your dream, nothing on my regime.
Every time you're about to do something, I always just say, what would your mum say? You know what that was like? Anytime you're about to do something,
what would you know it's on?
What would your mum say?
Do you know it's on there?
Who?
I don't know. You might must see it on social media.
Yeah,
you know it's on there. Michael and daughter's on there still.
Oh,
say now.
Lie.
You know we didn't have that conversation with the missus. Like, no disrespect. He didn't have that conversation. He didn't have that conversation. That was just one of them ones where it's like, yeah, like that. I don't know. The missus like,
damn, son.
Don't turn on the TV for the next month at 9 o'clock. Why? Just don't go. I'm not gonna.
Lane says Michael and using that Arsenal PR team for Gemma. Boy, I don't know. No,
Oh man.
But no, people, I know it's I don't know what's happened, but let's be respectful. Whatever it is, I don't know what's happened or whatever. Just be respectful. Let's not.
I just feel bad for him. I just feel bad for him. You know what I mean? I just feel bad for him.
Let's just not be disrespectful.
I do think he could have played a role in potentially talking her out of it, but I don't know if he wanted to or not. So we'll see. But people,
that man saying that he won't see it because he goes bed at 9.
Man said 9.
Michael Owen is definitely an early bed guy. You can tell. 100%.
All pajamas as well.
Oh, he definitely is now. Definitely is now. 100%.
I just feel bad, just like I did with Danny Dyer. Anyone whose daughter goes on there, I'm like, no, this is not a good look.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with still.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But people, as I said, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. On the road to 30k after we hit the 25k. Blessings to you guys. Till we see you on Wednesday. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kop-Ish and we're out, people. Take care.
Peace.
We out.